and you're watching absolute basketball.
And then transitioning over to the team, you return your top 8 scorers from last season. You're in a very unique spot. As you're kind of going into this offseason, you brought in 2 freshmen and 2 transfers and everything. How did you go about looking at your roster to figure out what direction you wanted to go in?
Yeah, you kind of look at last year. Last year was kind of an odd year for us with COVID. I thought we'd get off to a great start, and then we got halted by COVID a lot during the Big East season, probably more than any other team in the country. But I liked our team a lot. I thought offensively we really shared the ball. I thought we took care of the ball. We took good shots for the most part. I thought we needed to get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. We need to get Zach Freemantle out a little bit more at the 4 than just playing the 5. I don't think he can play 33 minutes at the 5 and be really, really good. I think he's got to play some 4. So we put a big point of emphasis on size. So we obviously recruited Cesar Edwards, from South Carolina, with the upward stars. Again, he's a great kid. He's big, he's strong, but he's skilled. He's not just a back to the basket guy that's got to be 2 feet in, but he's big and he's physical. Then we added a guy named Elijah Tucker from Georgia, who's 6'9". He's athletic, real high upside. Again, it kind of provides us a little bit more size and length and athleticism. And then we added Jack Nungy and Jerome Hunter, who both came from the Big Ten. Jerome was at Indiana, Jack was at Iowa. I just felt like we needed to stay old, get big. Again, Jack Nungy, if you look at his analytical numbers, Jamie, was as good. I mean, he was as good of a transfer as there was on the market. He's just big. He's 6'11". He's skilled. He's seen it all. He's banged against Luka Garza every day in practice, right? He's been well coached by Coach Fran up there at Iowa. Jerome Hunter was well coached by Archie Miller at Indiana. So I felt like, man, we got a lot bigger and stronger. And I felt like that's really what we needed kind of going into this year.
You mentioned Zach Freemantle, leading scorer, leading rebounder last year, second team all-conference. How's this offseason gone, and what are your expectations for him this coming season?
I told him, I was really proud of him. He got most improved player in our league last year. He won that award. My goal is for him to win that award again, right? I mean, he is a basketball junkie, Jamie. He is just lives, breathes, sleeps basketball. And he's gotten a lot better. He's gotten more athletic. We have a new strength coach, Chase Campbell, who came from the Orlando Magic, who's terrific. And, I think Zach has gotten more athletic. It's helped him defensively on the perimeter because he's going to have to guard at the 4. Sometimes you got to be able to guard on the perimeter, inside, all over the floor. And I think Zach's really improved in that area. He's also improved his back to the basket game, so he can become a really, really hard mismatch at the 4 and the 5. So I think you're going to see a much improved Zach again this year. Hopefully he can win most improved player again.
And then Paul Scruggs, at the time coming out, he was a huge get for Xavier out of high school, top 50 kid, neighboring Indiana, whom Purdue and Indiana had both offered. He's improved every year that he's been on campus, and actually last year led the conference in assists. What do you expect for him this season, and what do you need him to do to take the next step?
Yeah, Paul's a warrior. He is a tough kid. He's versatile. Like you said, his decision-making, Jamie, got a lot better last year. You look at his assists, his assist to turnover. He's seeing the game better, just doing what the game tells him to do. I think, for him, he's got to continue to take that next step of the shooting piece, and taking good shots. He takes good shots, I think if he could take that next step as a shooter, man, I think he's as good as any guard in the country. He can dominate the game on both ends of the floor with his size, his length, his toughness, his leadership, man. I think he's going to give us a chance to be really, really good.
And you're watching absolute basketball.